Senator McCormick joining us right now. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Marty. How are you?
Because you meet and greet so much, because you engage so much, you feel what I'm feeling, sir, don't you? Americans are not what we would call content, are they, sir?
Yeah, I feel it, and I'm embarrassed. Honestly, we're 40 days of just complete nonsense where the government shut down, and the first couple of days you don't really start to see the impact, but then all of a sudden people aren't getting paychecks, and these SNAP benefits, the food is not available for 2 million Pennsylvanians, and our military is not getting paid, and flights are starting to get delayed, and it's just a disgrace. And just as a business person, you come and say, how could something so insane be the way that people do business? And so, that's why I've been trying to vote every step of the way to get the government open. And as you said, Senator Fetterman, my friend and fellow Pennsylvanian, as we voted together. And last night, I think we had the breakthrough, which is we're going to, I think, move forward over the next 24, 48 hours on a set of votes that's going to open the government back up. But to be honest with you, Marty, the whole thing was a complete waste, because in the end, we're going to do what we always said we were going to do, which is we're going to open up the government and then get a vote over the next couple of weeks on some variation of an extension on the health care subsidies, which is what the Democrats were saying they wanted all along. So it's just a complete waste of time, and I'm sorry that Pennsylvanians have had to suffer through this. I hope the end's in sight.
Yes, Senator, explain to folks in simple terms what did happen last night. What was the breakthrough and why, sir?
Well, I think what the breakthrough was 8 Democrats agreed to vote essentially to go down a path where we'd open the government back up. It was a clean continuing resolution, which basically meant we're going to continue to fund the government as it was being funded, no political gimmicks. There's also 3 appropriations bills, the construction bill for the military, the Veterans Affairs bill, the Ag bill, that have already been negotiated through committees, bipartisan approval. We're going to vote to move forward on those appropriations. It's the way government should work, that bipartisan support for those. And then what Senator Thune promised was that in the first 2 weeks of December, we'd have a vote. The Democrats want a vote on the extension of the health care subsidies in their current form. And we're going to have that vote. My guess is there'll also be some proposals from the Republicans on modifications to those extensions, and we'll get on with the business of funding the government. And that's what the deal appears to be. And sadly, I think a lot of things had to happen first. I think the Democrats wanted to get through the Tuesday elections. They wanted to show their resistance to President Trump, and I think and they wanted to see these healthcare premiums go up. And now we're at a point where we can hopefully move forward. But I think it's the pain that Americans are feeling that has been the pressure point, and it just shouldn't have to be that way.
No, man. You have had insane success your whole life. I could go back to your high school, and then college, and then the military, and then your athletic career, and then your business career. Victory, victory, victory. Reschenthaler said it to me several times, sir. I hate Washington because of what just happened there. Considering your past, now that you're in the middle of this, sir, are you disgusted with the process that it bogs down this way, sir?
There are days where I say, my God, thank God, what an honor to be able to do this. And we have the Energy and Innovation Summit, which you came to, and you say, man, that's making a difference for Pennsylvanians. And then there's the last 40 days, which has been in the swamp, with all this nonsense and, both, various politicians trying to make a statement or a point at the expense of the American people of Pennsylvania, and you're just disgusted with it. And, it's very hard to not lose faith in what's happening here. I understand why Pennsylvanians are losing faith in it. And, what I'm trying to do is just be a force for good and speak candidly to you and anybody who will listen, and just try to continue to bring common sense to government, which we haven't had enough of lately.
Senator Dave McCormick, Senator, tell me when you say folks will get paid again. When will folks get SNAP again, sir? Do the best you can to kind of pick those dates, sir.
Yeah, my best guess, this is still being worked out, but my best guess is we'll get through all the Senate votes over the next day, maybe 2 days at the latest. I'm told that the House is, Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, is bringing the House back Wednesday, so that vote will happen on Wednesday or Thursday, and hopefully by the end of the week, the government is up and running. That is the hope and expectation, but anything's possible at this point because we got to have the votes. But it looks like that's the outline of the deal and the timeline.
Senator Dave McCormick, appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you being the one who said, "Let's go, let's do the right thing." But you make a point that aggravates the hell out of me. Democrats made no headway. They could have done this, sir, 40 damn days ago. Yes? Right?
Well, that is the honest to God truth. The deal that we now appear to have is a deal that was available 40 days ago. That is absolutely the case. And so, I'm not saying everything in the world's the fault of the Democrats. I'm not saying that.
Right.
But in this particular case, Marty, it's absolutely the case that Republicans have been voting to keep the government open for 40 days, and the Democrats have been voting against that in the Senate, and here we are 40 days later, and the deal that we're moving forward on is the deal that was available on day one. And when you say people are losing faith and, there's a bad vibe and people are losing confidence, that's why. Because I think Americans are willing to suffer and sacrifice for good and for America's greatness, but they're not willing to suffer pain for stupidity and political nonsense, and I think that's what we've seen for the last 40 days.
Senator, is SNAP resumed, 65% funded? Is that accurate, sir?
Yes, that's my understanding. SNAP is resumed based on the court rulings, and this passage of this legislation will ensure it to be the case going forward over the next year. But that's my understanding as well.
Senator Dave McCormick, it's a pleasure, sir. Truth to power.
Marty, thanks for having me.
Thank you, sir.
Have a great day.
Man, gives a damn. I'd vote for him 8 days a week.